Hi everyone, Joseph Main here. I'm really excited that my good friend Mia Jones is here with us today, celebrity makeup artist, and we're going to share with you some of my favorite ways to use Babe Waves. So anytime I'm using heat tools on my clients, I love to put something on their hair to give it a bit of thermal protection. Today I'm going to use Style on Steroids from Color Wow. What I love about this product is that not only does it give it a bit of thermal protection, but it gives it the added hold that some hair types need. You can spray this all throughout the hair before using heat, and it's not going to stick the hair to the iron like a traditional hairspray would. But when using Babe Waves in particular, I like to start right in front. So I'm going to section away any additional hair, and I took a section that's about 2 inches wide. So I'm going to start with Babe Waves close to the root, but when working with the hair around the face, I like to go at a bit of an angle. So this is a good 45-degree angle from the ground, and this is so that you don't get a real W shape right next to the face. It gives it more of a natural beachy wave. I'm going to use that same angle when you're doing the bang piece. So I have the iron set at 450 degrees for Mia's hair because she has a really thick, coarse texture, so it requires a little added heat to get the wave to stay, but also because I have so much experience using Babe Waves, I can move really quickly throughout the hair. So at a higher temperature, I don't have to leave it on quite as long, where when you first get your iron and you're not as familiar with the pattern of what to use it, you can turn the heat down a little bit and move a little slower throughout the head. Next, I'm going to take a bit of a larger section because I want to create a nice loose wave. With Babe Waves, if you take a small section, you'll get a much tighter, more voluminous wave, and if you take a large section, you'll get a much softer wave. This section I'm going to go a bit more horizontally, and sometimes I like to alternate patterns throughout the hair to give it a really cool textured look. I'm lining up each wave I do and overlapping it over the last wave that I did, and this keeps it really uniform. But if you wanted something a little more beachy or with some added texture, you can actually skip some space in between, and it gives it less of a perfect look. But for Mia's hair, I think it's really nice because it'll look like a natural wave on her. Because this section kind of falls towards her face, I'm going to not do right at the top of her head because I don't want there to be a big lump and wave here, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space there, and because I can see it goes towards her face, I want to kind of line it up with the waves that I did in the front. So again, I'm going to do this section at a bit of an angle. Stressed out by styling the back of their hair, and I always say when you're doing this at home, just kind of pull the hair around to the front, and if it's only the mid shaft to ends that you're getting with your iron, not to worry too much about it because all of the hair that you focus on is usually on the top or around your face, and it falls over. You know, for these textured looks, it's not important for it to be so perfect. So now that we've moved to the other side of her head, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to spray a bit more Style on Steroids to give it that added hold. And then I'm going to take another vertical section right along her face. I'm going to use the same angle that I used on that side of her head on this side. So again, it's a 45-degree angle kind of away from the face. And don't worry about getting too close to the hairline where you might burn yourself. This is something that is really nice if it has a bit of smoothness at the roots. So once again with this top section, I'm going to leave a bit of space here at the front, right at the top, and then I'm just going to give it a little bit of an angle. Okay, so now that we've babe waved her entire head, I'm just gonna add a few products to help break up the waves. So something that I love is Color Wow's Pop and Lock. What's great about this product is it's a really shiny serum that you can add all throughout the hair to really break up the waves, add a ton of shine, gives it a bit of pieciness and lived-in texture, but it doesn't get greasy. So I'm just using 3 pumps. I rub it into my hands, and I'm gonna concentrate it on her ends and then just work my way up. And it helps tame any little flyaways and gives her that cool, beachy look. And finally, I love a good finishing spray. So if you want your style to really last, use a hairspray at the very end. You don't need it throughout. So I'm gonna use a cult favorite hairspray from Color Wow. This is a great non-dulling formula that's great to tame any little flyaways. I'm gonna use it to even tuck a little bit of Mia's hair behind her ear. And a little on the ends just for that added hold. And that's it. Babe Waves is that simple. If you guys have any more questions on how to use Babe Waves, please feel free to leave them in the comments below.